sanitized sex bubble is complete.
Where a night at the movies left the islanders cast away.
Firework Faye sets off as her time with Teddy seems to be coming to an end.
The dust is just about settling after the week of Casa Amor in the race to the finish.
Oh yes, indeed. Hello, it's Matt and Megan, and this is Off the Island podcast.
Woo! Wow, what a week.
We're back.
We're back, and we're not in the same room this time.
Sad times. How was that only a week ago?
I know, it's gone so quickly, but we had good fun. You've probably, you've obviously heard the episode, hopefully, and also you've hopefully seen a little video of us, the take that went well, talking about this podcast in Southampton. So,
Really well. Yeah.
There was a few, but mainly my fault because, clearly I just couldn't remember how to say anything. But that's cool. Have you had a good week?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been a busy one, and I feel like so much has happened in the villa, like coupling, recoupling, not together. I like you, I hate you, I love you, I don't like you anymore. I'm a bit all over the place with it, if I'm honest. What about you?
It's been an absolute shambles, hasn't it? But I feel like a lot has happened, but not a lot has happened. Like there's been quite one serious storyline, obviously this week, and there was rumours that it was going to happen. And it obviously happened, and they ended up showing clips from Casa Amor, which was just carnage. I actually felt it was a bit unfair, but I don't know. It's a TV show.
Done that before, right? Am I imagining? No.
No.
I feel like they just seriously were like, oh, everyone's happy. Let's destroy it.
Yeah, I feel like obviously two guys got off quite easily, and one guy actually got a really bad brunt of it for a reason, but not really fair. I don't think. But we're obviously going to talk about it. So, shall we get into our top 3 moments? And a good place to start, number 1, is mad movies.
Oh, well, it certainly was mad, wasn't it? I mean, there was stuff in there that I was not expecting at all. I mean, they proper dragged some old stuff out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Especially when it came to the early stages of Gibberty.
Oh, I know. And to be honest, I was thinking that did that actually happen in Casa Amor, but obviously happened quite early on, didn't it? That's why I was getting a bit confused. So they obviously were struggling for Jake clips, and they thought, let's just bring that one in.
I know. Well, you say that. I mean, he didn't really do himself much justice in Casa Amor either, did he? But
No.
oh no, I don't know. I just feel like I know that I've been that pro Gibberty person from the start, and I do still believe they're going to get oh my goodness, I can't talk today. I still do believe they're going to get right through to the end. I think that's very clear. But I'm starting to think, do you know what, Lib? You could do better.
Yeah, I think so as well. And it's not going well for him. He's kind of turned into, I think he's getting a bit cocky, to be honest. I think he's had it too easy and now doesn't like the way it's going, really. And I think he probably feels like, because he's been in that relationship for so long, since day one, that he kind of feels like he can have a bit of an influence on everyone else. Like, oh, this is how you do it, lads. This is how you do it. You got to do this, you got to do that.
Yeah, and little does he realise that actually the reason that he stayed in a relationship the whole time is because nobody else has been attracted to him once.
No, not at all.
And I actually think if somebody had kind of put it on him now, that he probably would have run with it.
I think so. And what was interesting, obviously, that sparked Faye kicking off, for about 3 days, to be honest. And yeah, it didn't go well at all. And obviously they seem to have sort of swept it under the carpet as these sort of cliches come out. But I see where she came from with the whole sister thing. But we all obviously saw Casa Amor, and he was sort of egging the boys on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no denying that he was very pro them just going for it with every single woman that was there. And I think it's hurtful for the girls that they kind of think that this one person's going to be on their side a little bit. But it's a game, and, I think they forget this sometimes.
Are they going to win?
Are they going to win? Oh, I don't know anymore.
Because I'm feeling
I
very
don't know.
different about this. My prediction I made 2 weeks ago, and very different from what I said 1 week ago. So I'm just leaving it at that.
Okay, so you're not going to say today, no?
I might in a bit.
Okay, so moving on from Jake, I think this
Yes.
brings us on to our second topic, which is old firecracker Faye.
Oh, well, I know you like her and you know my feelings towards her. And yet again, everything that's happened this week has reminded me of why I don't like her. But that's fine. I just feel really bad for Teddy because I just feel like so much he's tried so hard and he literally just whatever he says is not getting through to her. And she's
Yeah.
obviously seen one clip, and I feel like at this point she is kind of waiting or just using that as an excuse just to cover up her sort of own doubts that she was having. Um,
Absolutely.
so I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think I've always defended her. I've always liked the fact that she's been quite brutally honest and upfront. But do you know what? I think in the Mad movie situation, she was all, very happy about sitting there laughing when she's like saying that Teddy's not
Mm,
funny and, dropping that in and spooning the guy, and then reacts the way she did to Teddy.
mm,
Um, and I think it's quite hypocritical, if I'm honest. And, I'm sorry, Faye, I've had you back since day one. But I can't defend her in this situation. I think she took it too far. I think she makes some of the other Islanders feel uncomfortable at times. I do think she was right to go at Jake, because actually I
mm.
think she essentially said what every girl on that table was thinking. But I don't think Teddy deserved it. And I also feel like he's just been dealt a really crap hand of cards. Like, why
Yeah,
do they keep making him look like the bad guy when he is the nicest and most genuine person in there?
yeah. Someone really needs to bang the drum that he literally stayed on that daybed every single day with Jake. And there was what literally that was the only thing that you could question that he did in Casper Moore was the fact that he said that he found Clarice sexually attractive or whatever.
Yeah.
That was literally the only thing. And fair play to him, he was like, I find a lot of people sexually attractive,
Well, it's
which
true. It's
is
human
true.
nature, right?
Exactly. So it's and if she said that she doesn't, then she's lying.
Yeah. I mean, she was happy to sit there and say that she's fantasized about another man whilst having sex with her partner. So
Yeah,
clearly, you do know that
yeah,
you can be sexually attracted to somebody else and even as intimate as that.
yeah.
So,
And clearly, if she if
yeah.
she was still waiting for Teddy, but was getting into bed with what's his name, Sam or whatever it was, then clearly she does as well.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I don't know. I just,
But
yeah.
I did. But her outburst on I can't remember what night it was. Was it Friday, Thursday night? Was actually quite hard to watch, to be honest. It was awful,
Mm,
awful, and it kind of questions whether what would it have been like if it was the other way around? What
I know.
what could have happened?
There's
Um,
been quite a lot about that in the media, hasn't there? And I
yeah.
believe that a public apology has been made
Oh,
from what I
really?
saw in OK Mag today. So whether we'll see that on tonight's episode, I
I
imagine we
see.
will. So I think she's probably been talked to about
Yeah.
this, because it was blown completely out of proportion. They had been drinking. I think
Yeah.
that's probably added to it. She's fiery without alcohol in her bloodstream, so God
Mm,
knows what that feels like when she's actually pissed.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, it's still not okay. I'll
No.
uh, I'll stop making excuses for her
That's fine. That's fine. Right. And then, to be fair, the only other thing I was going to mention about Man movies was obviously the whole three-way kiss with Liam and Millie. Not Liam and Millie because Millie wasn't there. Definitely not was not there.
now. No,
Um, that was the issue. But to be fair, she just was like, I don't care in the end, wasn't she?
she does care though, doesn't
Of course
she?
she does.
Honestly, that made me feel so uncomfortable. When I sat there watching that, I was like, Oh, I think that would be it for me. I don't think I could come back from that personally.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one thing after another, wasn't it? But I think she just got bored. She must have just been bored. It's like, I can't be bothered. But they
It
seem
was
to be,
when like as well when he sat there, and I think Teddy said to him, he was like, "Did you tell her about that?"
yeah.
And he was like, "Well, no, she didn't ask." Well, at what point do you think, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask the guy that I've been seeing if you had a three-way kiss whilst at Casa Amor"? I'm sure it's not the first thing that comes into your head.
No, no. I thought that was funny as well. So funny, so funny. Didn't tell. Didn't ask. What was she gonna ask? Oh, by the way, like, I can't even think of did anything else happen while you were there. I still don't think he would have told her.
No, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. But he's got this opportunity now to continue to prove himself. So he
So,
seems to be doing an okay job at the moment. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
yeah, it just makes me wonder in 3 weeks' time when they leave, what
Yeah,
will happen.
when he's swarmed with attention, because he is a good-looking guy. There's no denying. But I don't know. She'll have to have him under lock and key, won't she?
She will indeed. Right, and finally the vote off. Um,
Yeah.
we don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be big, but obviously the big story is obviously Jake and Kaz being in the bottom three. Why do you think
hmm
that is?
I think that Jake obviously has really let himself down with the clips that have come out in the Mad movie. I think that his reaction to when Liberty pulled him aside and was very delicately saying to him that he had hurt her feelings, again, it's very much like, no, because you're my girlfriend, aren't you? So obviously I find you attractive, because if I didn't, then yeah, I wouldn't be with you. But it's not like,
That
oh, do you know what? I'm really sorry
was good, by
that
the
I've
way.
hurt your feelings. Thank you. I feel like I'm getting better at this.
You are.
It's not like, I'm really sorry that that upset you. I didn't mean it like that. Like, I'll be honest, in the beginning, like, obviously, attraction grows. Um, he's just very, I think he's quite obnoxious,
Mm,
actually. So I wouldn't be upset if he went. I think Liberty would obviously be devastated, but you know
she'd
what?
go, wouldn't she?
Yeah, she probably would, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then
Kaz.
Kaz. Kaz, I've gone off Kaz,
So have
gonna
I.
be honest. Yeah,
I'm glad you
I'm
said that.
starting to think this whole happy-go-lucky personality
Hmm.
actually is quite false.
Yeah.
I think she wants her cake and she wants to eat it. She's done exactly to what's his
Matt.
name again?
Matt.
Matt. Yeah, she's done
Matt.
exactly to Matt. Thank you. My name. My name.
It's my name.
She's done exactly to Matt what Tyler did to her, I feel,
Hmm.
and
And Toby.
doesn't like it with the shoe on the other foot. And
Yeah.
I think the public have gone off her because we saw this really endearing personality at the start of the show, and she's not that person, clearly. And you can't keep up appearances for like 12 weeks or however long they're in there for.
Yeah. No, I think so as well. And yeah, it just seems to be like she does want to have control, but she wants too much control. And it's just not really going about it the right way. And I think, yeah, she's been a bit hypocritical as well. So I think that makes sense. I think people are maybe just getting bored of it.
Yeah, absolutely. So who do you think's going to leave tonight?
Oh, it's gonna be Mary and Dale because obviously the Islanders are picking. But if it was down to the public, I think Jake will be going,
Yeah.
and still probably Mary.
See, I think Kaz.
We think you would go Kaz if the public were voting.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see if Kaz and Tyler went. See what the mindsets are of both boys and girls camp. But
That'd be really funny.
it would be quite funny. But it's good. Obviously, Hugo went last week, which people obviously backed him from the start, but obviously I think his time did come to an end. I've just remembered what he said about Amy. And well, I didn't say it about Amy, but he
Yes,
about
I
what
have
he
that
said.
written down.
But what he
He
said
said
about the go on.
so they're standing standing there talking about like having their final VT, and he's like, "Yeah, so it's safe to say my search for love has been tragic."
And she's
Her
there like,
face. I mean, seriously, what is he looking for? That guy. I mean, he deserves to go home. What is wrong with him?
he needs to remark he needs to do his test again and remark it.
I know. You have failed.
You have
He's
failed.
not ungraded on this test.
Don't even show your workings because that was awful. It was just like I don't I don't understand. He just doesn't think before he says. I mean, he's right, it has been quite tragic. But when you've left with someone who you're meant to like and she quite likes you, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth, isn't it, really? Like,
He doesn't try. I
no.
think the reason it's been tragic is because he's had so many opportunities, and clearly he's just searching for something that doesn't exist.
Yeah, big time. And I think he's run out of ideas, to be honest. And it's not really fair. I mean,
Yeah,
he's got a lot of explaining to do to her.
honestly, idiot.
Shall we
So,
do
good riddance.
our top 5 quotes, which is of course named
Other things you said, other things you said, other things you said.
All the things she said, running through my head, running through my head. All the things she said, running through my head, running through my head. All the things she said, running through my head, running through my head. All the things she said, running through my head, running through my head.
there it is. I'm gonna miss that when this series ends. Not gonna lie to you. It's gonna be sad. It's gonna be
We'll
sad.
just have to listen to it and be like, we've got to wait a whole other year.
So sad. Can't believe it. Right. Do you want to kick it off?
Absolutely. So, this is way at the start of the week, okay? So, this is when Liam has started to really try and graft for Millie to have
Yeah.
her back, and she's still like, no, no, no. And Liberty's having a heart to heart with him, and she goes, "Trust takes ages to break and seconds to build." And he listens for a second, and then he kind of processes it, and he's like, don't you mean trust takes ages to build and seconds to break? So yeah.
I mean, even in any sort of universe, that doesn't make any sense at all. Like,
Oh no.
so that means give it 3 seconds, and I'll trust everyone.
She's just so sweet with it though, isn't she? It's just so funny.
But that kind of helps why they suit, because Jake, obviously, that quote from last week with the thing that was tattooed on Liam's arm again it was Liam that had to correct them. Oh, what was it? It was something to do with don't count the days, make the days count.
Yes.
And it's a theme going on there with them two, but that was a good one. That was a good one, to be fair. Right, again, it's Liberty.
Good old
Talking to Jake, which I feel like is quite one of the many few conversations we actually see with them.
Yeah, we don't see much anymore, do we?
No. And cliches came out, and I want to see if you've got any more actually of these sorts of cliches. So Liberty and Jake were talking about, obviously, Jake's comment in Mad Movies about him not finding attractive or whatever at the start. And obviously she took that really to heart. Oh, obviously took it to heart. It was not great for her to hear. And Liberty said, "It's not swept under the carpet, it's nipped in the bud." And Jake said, "Yeah, that's what I mean, squished." And it's just like, how many different like cliches can you come up with in one? Like, but don't they all mean the same thing? Isn't nipped in the bud and swept under the carpet basically the same thing?
Yeah, it's absolutely the same. Like, you're just accepting it and moving on.
Well, yeah. And then he said squished, and I'm like, is there any more?
I've never heard of swished.
Yeah, I mean,
Is he just like thinking of the action of the broom sweeping it under the carpet?
Yeah, papering over the cracks is a good one.
Oh, I like that one. Oh dear, I'm trying to think of another one. I'm a bit stumped here.
Good cricket analogy, by the way.
I keep thinking of one about food. There's nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Maybe frying off the bacon. No, that makes no sense.
Called Yam and Dem Go.
Yeah, what's that?
Eat and then fuck off. I suppose that could be a euphemism, couldn't it? We'll add it in.
Yeah, we'll add it in. That counts. It all counts. But yeah, that was an interesting conversation between them two, and they've obviously nipped in the bud, and yamming. What did you say? Yamming.
Yam and Dem Go.
It sounds like a different language.
Oh, it is.
Oh,
It's patois, which is like the Caribbean language, like the mixture of French and Caribbean.
Let's say every day. Every day's school day.
It makes so much sense to add this into our podcast.
We're an educational podcast as well as informative, maybe. I don't know if that's the right word, but well, it is informative. Yeah. It is informative. You decide in the comments. You can do that. Okay. Right, number 3. One of Faye's many quotes from this week, good and bad. She said, before Amy and Hugo left, "I'm so jealous. Amy makes some mad facial expressions that I can't make because I've had too much Botox."
So this is what I like about her. At least she takes the mickey out of herself.
She does. And at least she holds her hands up in that case. But yeah, I thought that was quite memorable and fair enough. But yeah, for saying, I have. But I don't understand what facial expressions she makes, apart from the one with Hugo where she was like, her eyes were wide open.
Yeah, I feel like that's the first facial expression we've seen, because I do feel like we're being shown the same people over and over again.
Yeah.
And I know it's done specifically, but I just feel like we don't get the opportunity to meet the others.
No.
Which makes me a bit sad.
Yeah, it has been, and Hugo had been quiet for ages. In fact, probably since he came back from Casper Moore, and that's probably why he left.
And apparently Mary's really funny, according to the guys. Well, I haven't seen her make anyone laugh. Have you?
Which is the thing, when they do the clips of, saying nice things about each other, and they say things, you're like, oh, really? Like, why haven't we seen that then?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is quite sad, really. But there's so much that goes on, obviously. I know they've got to put it into one one show, but you think they mix it up a bit, wouldn't you? To make it fair.
Yeah, you would. But,
Right, number 4. This was where Millie was still being absolutely savage at the start of the week, and was really making Liam work hard. But let's be honest, it was only a matter of time before she just was unable to stop herself. Liam said after they played that weird American football game, he said that the lads felt the need to cheat, and Millie said maybe they took a leaf out of your book.
He did not look impressed, did he?
No,
that was brilliant.
But at least they're at that level.
Just had to get that last little dig in.
Yeah, got to be done, and she'll probably use that for a while, I think.
Yeah, I think I'm going to use that if that ever happens. No, I'm not wishing that. Wishing that.
No, I don't wish that.
There is one thing I need to talk about before we do the last quote, right? And it was the challenge this week.
Yes.
With the sauce flying everywhere.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one.
When Toby started kissing Chloe with a face full of ketchup, mustard, and mayo, I nearly threw up. That is the most disgusting thing I think I've ever seen. And if someone did that to me, I would slap them. Grim, mate. Absolutely grim.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like mustard. So that's a no. And yeah, I don't know why. That was just, there's been a lot of foodie stuff this year with everyone else bring out the one where they have to pass on the food with them. It's just when they slow it down and you see it moving from mouth to mouth.
Oh, it's disgusting. Seriously, Yam and Dem go.
Or not, because we don't want to see that. But
no, we don't actually. Don't yam, but go.
Don't yam, but go. Oh yeah.
Yeah, not nice. Not a nice
Horrible.
challenge.
Horrible. Right, your one. Your last one.
Okay, so last quote. It's a very short one because the conversation was very short. So Matt comes over to Kaz, sits down. Yeah, we're done. Simple as, no explanation required. Little bit of a tiny conversation to follow, and then he just gets up, walks off, and doesn't let us say anything. And I just thought that was brilliant. He'd had enough, and he was
Yeah.
like, I don't need to say anything else. You've made your bed, you lie in it, we're done.
I
Bye.
mean, no one wants a month breakup. Just get it over and done with in 10 seconds. Squish it, swipe onto the carpet,
Squish.
and then we're sorted. Done. Happy days.
Swished. Oh, was it squish, not swished?
No, yeah.
That's why I was thinking of the action of the broom.
I thought you meant sweeping under the carpet.
Yeah, because I thought he said swished,
Swish,
not
swish,
squish.
swish.
That's why.
Oh no.
Sorry, listeners.
It's okay. It's squished.
I am aware
Maybe-
of what squished means and what
maybe you-
swished means.
That could be yours. Swished.
Swished. Yeah, there we go. Everyone knows that phrase.
That makes sense. But yeah, I want to. Maybe I could. Hang on. Let me try and recreate that breakup. Hang on. Bear with. You're gonna get a nice view of everything.
The sad thing is that nobody can see this apart from me, but I'm thoroughly enjoying this acting. Okay, I'm Kaz.
Okay. Kaz, can I have a chat?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's done.
Such a good accent.
From Ireland, you know.
Oh my goodness, that was brilliant.
There we go. Recreated by
Well,
Matt. By a Matt.
by Matt. Matt takes on Matt. I think, quite honestly, if anything, we have got the best accents out of this show. And you know what? We may not have completed our challenges yet. Still got a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Maybe by the end we can do a little like sketch with all the accents and the impressions, and it could go really wrong, but it might work.
Okay, I've got an idea. The last one, I think we have to do the whole podcast in accents.
Okay. This might need rehearsing.
No, we're going to be impromptu.
Okay.
We're going to improvise.
Okay.
I mean, we could have a script ready and practice it.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
We'll pretend that we're improvising.
Cool. Right. Finally, your challenge. Talk to me.
Well, I have another person on my list. Thinking of old Curtis Pritchard, who was
Interesting.
Moira.
Mm-hmm.
He's a dancer, so I feel like we've got some kind of, like mutual thespian artistic flair going on.
Yeah.
And I might just slide in with the old, would you take me salsa dancing?
Okay. Do it.
But again, he has 1.3 million followers, and that could potentially get lost. So,
yeah,
gonna go and try that first.
Yeah.
And then maybe might go down a different avenue.
Yeah. Okay. It's good. It's good. That's what we like to see. But
and what about you, Matt? How is obtaining the clothing going?
How's the best way to put this? It's not going well. Surprisingly, no one wants to give me clothing. But I'm still working on it. I'm still trying, and none of them want to do it. None of them want to get involved, which is sad.
That is sad. I mean, the thing is, you're not asking for much.
All I want is a flip-flop. That's essentially the least I'm happy with.
That's just, It's so easily done. You're even offering to pay for postage and packaging at this point.
Am I? There you go then.
All right, I'm offering to pay for postage.
Oh, that's fine. I'm more concerned about what I'm going to do with said flip-flop when it arrives.
Frame it
I thought that.
and smell it.
It's going to stink. Oh, my days. But we'll see how it goes. We've got, what, 3 weeks left?
Yeah, I know. We need to like get a move on, actually.
Okay. If we don't do it,
There's forfeits,
there's forfeits.
and they're going to be great.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Actually, I can wait. I can wait, but I also can't wait. But there we go. We're done. Week 6
We are
now, is
done.
it?
Huh?
It's week 6, is it? Week 6 is done. I think it's week 6. But
Yeah, oh my goodness, week 6. Right, well, it has been wonderful.
it's been wonderful.
And hopefully next week brings a little bit of continuity amongst the housemates, because I can't keep up anymore.
No, I know. But this has been Off the Island podcast. Matt and Megan, we'll be back next week. Have a great week.